Tonight's show is brought to you by Frogees, of course. And also we have a new sponsor in the back there. Give it up for G-licious barbecue sauce. You guys ready to get this thing started or what? Alright, give it up for your host and MC for the night, my boy, your boy, Mario Reyes!
Thank you, Chris. Alright, Frogees, how we doing tonight? Yeah, I do want to shout out, we do have a sponsor tonight, G-licious hot sauce. He's in the back. We were in the parking lot, he introduced himself. He said, hey, I got this hot sauce, it's G-licious. I said, that's cool, bro. I got a hot sauce in my pants, too. It's called Delicious. I had a guy come up to me earlier. His name was Avery. Where's Avery at?
In the back.
All right, let's go, Avery. We had a guy out here in the audience. He said, hey, before you get started, he's like, I want to do 30 seconds. And I said, all right. I'm going to give this guy 30 seconds. If this guy, after 30 seconds, if he sucks, we're going to all do him. All right, Avery, here we go. 30 seconds.
Buy me a drink.
All right, here we go.
I'm not a comedian or nothing. I want the show to be clean. I don't do no racist jokes or nothing like that. I don't believe in racist jokes, so I'm only going to tell this one. Black guy, white guy, Mexican guy, a Chinese guy. They climb to the top of Mount Everest. They sit down, they pop their wine, their champagne, they have their little sandwiches. And all of a sudden the Chinese guy jumps up and says, this is for my people. And he jumps off the mountain. The Mexican guy looks around, he stands up and says, this is for my people. He jumps off the mountain. The black guy looks around and he says, this is for my people. And he grabs the white guy and throws him off the mountain. That's all I got.
All right, Avery. All right, who's drinking tonight, Frogees? Who's got them? All right, so if we're drinking, that's fucking awesome because the more you drink, the funnier we're gonna fucking get.
Who said they buy me a drink if I didn't bomb?
I didn't hear that part.
Somebody said they buy me a drink if I didn't bomb.
I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we have a tip bucket right here to the side of the stage. So all throughout the night, we're gonna try to raise enough tip to get you at least one drink. All right, he bought himself his first drink. Our first comic coming to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, you can catch him on the internet. This guy's got a bunch of cool little parodies and shorts on the internet. You guys can find him online. Davey the Don, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, my name's Davey. I do go by Davey the Don. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about myself. Like, first things first, like, I get it. Like, I'm fat, you know? But since this time last year, I've dropped about, like, 30 pounds, so please make some fucking noise for me, please. Thank you.
30 pounds of noise.
Yeah, whatever he said, dude. And but I didn't do it for any health reasons. I just wanted black guys to stop hitting on me.
One more time for Davey! He brought up a lot of jokes about dating and stuff. I got some jokes later. We'll get into the dating stuff. I am a single man, and but before I'll say that, I do love the bigger women. Do we have any fat girls out there? I know I hear you breathing.
They need another too.
All right. Our next comic coming to the stage. That's not fucked up, it's the truth. You're a black man, you like the fat women too, don't lie. I guarantee the next fat girl that walks in here, you're getting her number, I guarantee it. Oh yeah, that's right, tax season's up. Speaking of not going hungry, tonight's show is brought to you by G-licious. The local high desert hot sauce. All right, our next comic is he's also a local high desert entrepreneur. I think I said that right. He owns a tattoo shop. I know he's co-owner of a tattoo shop. When you first look at this next comic, you're gonna look at him and you're gonna think, all right, he looks like somebody just walked up to that wall in the tattoo shop and just said, all right, let me have one of everything. But I love this man. This man, he has a gentle heart. He's a great soul. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Frizz.
Oh boy. First of all, hello. Second of all, I'm 20% fucking black, so what up? I'm not gonna say it. I got my N in my eye. I get my 2 G's when I get up here, you know what I mean? But, so, it's right now. I was an addict and I am an advocate now. If you guys have any fucking problems with addictions or anything like that, I'm over fucking 100 days clean. If you want to get help, please come talk to me after the fucking show and I will put you in the right direction.
One more time for Josh Frizz! Alright, you know, hey, he's celebrating over 100 days sobriety, so all of us drinking fucks, let's hold them up for him. Alright? I need a drink. I actually just celebrated 100 days sobriety too, 100 days no smoking marijuana. That's not in a row, it's just 100 days the dispensary was out of the strain I liked. 100 times in a row, that's some bullshit right there. Let's hear it for our bartender, Joy. Fucking spreading that fucking joy. Alright, she's spreading the joy, that's fucking awesome out here. Alright, you guys want to hear a joke or should I just bring up the next comment?
Joke!
Alright, let's say, my name is Mario. You guys already know that. Has anybody been watching the news lately? You guys seen this guy in the news, Luigi Mangione? Yeah, they call him the CEO killer.
That's my dad.
Yeah, right? All my life, people said, hey Mario, where's Luigi? And I've never had an answer until recently. Well, the answer is he's in federal prison for being a fucking hero. Right? If you don't know who I'm talking about, they call him the CEO killer. If you've not seen the video, catch me after the show. I'll show you. It's saved on my phone under favorites. It's a great video. I didn't see a CEO in that video. Did you see a CEO? I saw a guy that was DOA. Yeah. But we all know Luigi's good for dead. The government's gonna fucking kill that guy. We know that. It's a matter of time. I just hope that the government gives Luigi that same option that they gave the guy in South Carolina. I don't know if you guys were watching the news again. In South Carolina, a guy was up for death row. And the government gave him a choice. They said, guy, you can have a lethal injection, you can have the death electric chair, or you can have a firing squad. And he chose the firing squad. And all right, cool. Firing squad's quick and easy. What would you choose? Avery, what would you choose? We know you're a felon. You're going to get an option. Actually, he's black. You don't get an option. This LAPD is going to be a firing squad. But I thought, okay, if you're giving me the option of a death row, I'm going to do what they do in Pakistan, where they stone you to death. Yeah, I want to get stoned to death, and then I found out it involved rocks and not marijuana. Man, I was like, fuck that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next comic coming to the stage. You can catch him all over the IE. Catch him right now at Frogees. That is brought to you by G-Licious Hot Sauce. Ladies and gentlemen, Sebastian Littlefield.
The fucking Barbie song, really? That's my walk-up song? You motherfuckers. Fuck you. I love doing bar shows. These are the best. What do you call a dog with no ears? It doesn't matter. Alright, have a good night.
I love this song, Chris. Smack on the dick, smack on the dick, smack on the dick. Alright. But he had a joke on 9/11, and I gotta say, Sebastian, 9/11 jokes are just plain wrong. You know my favorite game to play on September 11th is Jenga?
Wow,
It took a minute, huh? It took a minute. Like when the cops tell you to stop talking. Emily, you miss it all, Emily. You miss all. We're getting a little racist tonight. We learned that we are racist here in Apple Valley. You know what I found out about Apple Valley? There are no apples. What the fuck's with that? But we also found out that we like fat girls. We talked about that earlier. But I will say this, one of my favorite things. I don't know why I pointed at you, Avery. You're the subject of the night. Oh, I know my name now. Yeah. I found his name on a list online on a thing called Megan's List. I'll tell you this. I mentioned earlier I love fat girls. Besides big girls, you know what else I love? I love little girls. Well, that sounds horrible. That sounded bad. But our next comic, I think she's awesome. I'm glad she's coming out here. I've always had a thing for midgets and little people. And I'll tell you why. It's because I'm a short guy myself. And I can never get a girl like my size to dominate. So I figure, you know, if I really wanted to dominate a woman, I'm going to have to get a little girl, like a little midget. But there's got to be one rule when I'm hitting this midget. She's got to have a full bush. Okay? Because if I'm looking down, a lot of things are wrong with me, sir. If I look down and I don't see a full bush, I'm going to expect Chris Hansen walking through the door. Like, hi, my name is Chris Hansen. Please have a seat. I'm like, what do you mean have a seat? It was just our next comic. I was bringing up our next comic, Iris. What do you mean have a seat? Ladies and gentlemen, Iris Diaz!
Get ready to get fucked up! Let's do it! Baby, hi Frogees. But baby, you wish you could afford this. Just my drink tab alone. And give it up to Mario. And if everyone can remind him, he can't afford me. Come on. Thank you.
Alright, let's hear from Iris Diaz! She was a little funny, right? Is that politically? I'm sorry, that's not politically correct. As mentioned earlier tonight here at Frogees, we have the lovely Joy bartending. Let's hear it for Joy. And let's hear it for Chris on the music. Chris Gonzalez. He'll be coming up here shortly to do some stand-up. You can also hear him in $20 profits. And ladies and gentlemen, Avery's back. Sorry. We also have a sponsor on tonight's comedy show, ladies and gentlemen. Sponsored by G-Licious Hot Sauce. Anybody out here willing to try some hot sauce out here? We need some participants in the audience.
It's not super hot. Okay, I'll try.
Yeah, I should have mentioned he's got chicken. Avery. From G-Delicious or G-Licious Hot Sauce. What do we have, George? What is this?
This is sweet and spicy, and it can go on your hamburger, your hot dog, your chicken, your beef, your lover, your pizza. It goes on everything.
You say your lover?
Yeah.
I thought so. All right. What did you think? Good shit. It's good shit. All right. While we have these two up, thank you, G-Licious. Ladies and gentlemen, you get some hot sauce, G-Licious.
Get y'all some of this sauce, man. This shit is bomb.
Thank you, G-Licious. And welcome back to Frogees. Frogees Apple Valley, brought to you by G-Licious Hot Sauce. And our next comment, Chris Willer.
Please applaud if you've had sex in the last 24 hours. Wow, that's impressive because in LA I do comedy in LA, Avery. And what happens there is sometimes no one says anything. And last show I did, a girl put her hand up. And I said, yeah, can I help you? And she said, does anal sex count? Anal sex does count. We added anal sex this one time.
Good choice of music, Chris. God save the Queen. I'm a punk rocker at nature, at heart. So anarchy in the UK all the way, right? Woo! All right. I feel like this stand is still set up for Iris. Speaking of little people, last night I did a show with a little person, and tonight I did a show two nights in a row of shows with little people. I think that's fucking awesome. And last night I had a comic on the show. He's on here tonight. He's coming up next. And I gotta say, this guy, I've been watching him all over the IE. I've seen him now Riverside. Last night we were in a place called Hemet. I'm not bragging about that. Hemet, if you've ever been to Hemet, California, anybody ever been to Hemet? Yeah, I used to go out there for cooking classes. They taught me how to cook meth. Yeah. Meth and Scientology, that's all that is out there in Hemet.
You ain't lying.
I'm not lying. It was so funny. I did a joke about meth. I said, the first thing I said was, coming out to Hemet, I was going to get paid in either a meth or a hooker. And they didn't even laugh. Hemet was like, yeah, that's about right. Meth and a hooker, that's about right. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, our next comic is from Hemet. And that's enough talking shit there. Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Forster.
I don't know that music, but hell yeah. What's up, everybody? How the fuck we doing tonight? Hell yeah. Everybody's still alive, that's right. You know what? Give it up for Iris, the Mexican midget, Chris, the British Bruce Jenner, and me, the Amish runaway. When I was in high school, girls would refer to me as a teddy bear. And now the only people who refer to me as a bear are gay guys. And it's fucked up too. They only call you a bear if you're over 30. I'm 24, so they refer to me as a cub. I didn't think it could get any gayer than bear, but I guess it can.
Let's hear it one more time from Matthew Forster. He mentioned about Trump being shot. We've all forgot about that because the media cycle just goes over and over, right? We forgot. I gotta tell you guys, the night that Trump got shot, you know what we learned? We learned that Trump's toupee is made out of Kevlar. Because that bullet just went right off, you know. He fucking hit the ground, dropped, came back up more gangster than fucking Tupac. He was like, yeah, who shot me? Who fucking shot me? Yeah. They made Trump more gangster after getting shot than he was before, right? This mic has ED, it's going down. You know, he also mentioned a suicide joke, and suicide's not funny, and I gotta say, on a real note, I am a suicide survivor. Men's mental health is very strong to me. I wouldn't be out here doing comedy if it wasn't for the shit that I went through in my life. Now, I gotta say there, but I gotta bring up, do you know the difference between a gay suicide and a straight suicide? On the gay suicide, the teeth go further on the shotgun.
You're stupid fuck.
That was fucking dark. Alright, guys. You want to say it again? I can't. Did that joke? No.
Don't say it again.
Those jokes are like Holocaust jokes. They're just inappropriate and wrong, and frankly, they should be kept in the attic. Alright. Our next comic, ladies and gentlemen, is not only just a comic, he is my co-host for the night, he's my co-producer for the night, he's the guy you've been hearing running the music tonight. And not only does he do comedy, he has a great fucking band called $20 Profits. Right? This next guy, he is phenomenal on a guitar.
Chris.
The dude, he is fucking awesome. He's a great family man, great father, great musician, and tonight you're gonna find out he's a great comic too. But before I bring him up, I gotta say one more thing about Joy, our bartender. She's making him fucking strong. This is my fourth one.
We love Joy.
Joy's making them fucking strong tonight, so don't forget, not only tip your bartender, but we have a tip jar right here. So let everybody, please keep tipping everybody. That helps all the comics and help us putting on these shows for you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, our next comic coming to the stage, Chris Gonzalez!
How you guys doing? Little fucking midgets up here? Hello, Avery. Everybody say hi to Avery.
Avery!
He's the most famous comedian of the night. Just so you know, we got the black guy sitting up front with the open area because, you know, every time a black guy laughs, he can't sit still. He's like, ah! Oh, shit! I mean, I'm going to call it like I see it. Funny story about Avery.
Come on,
I was at the bar one night and Avery goes, hey, man. You play a mean guitar. You ever hear of a band called Rock Fusion back in the day? I said, that was my dad and my uncles. He goes, oh shit, I grew up with your dad and your uncles. I said, you were the only black guy in town they talked about?
True story.
True fucking story, man. Only black guy, man. But he's here. He's doing a good job. What do you do for a living, Avery?
Nothing.
He's black. All right. Yeah. I'm not racist.
I'm disabled.
Disabledly black. We got it. Fucking hey. Why aren't you running laps right now? Well, once again, give it up for Joy over here at the bar, you know? Here at Frogee, she came up with they invented a drink here. It's called the Jack and Cool. She pours them heavy, y'all. My name's Chris Gonzalez, man. It's been a good time. Thank you guys so much for having me out. Mario, I love your fucking dumbass. And he told me to stay on stage after my set. Give it up for Bam Bam Bigelow, everybody.
All right, we're gonna get into this WWF stuff right now. You call me Bam Bam Bigelow. I see what you're wearing with your WWF shit, right?
Right?
You look more like Yokozuna.
Yo, that was my uncle. Fuck you.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
You look like Shrek.
I'm more like the Macho Man. But you know what? Hey, if I'm gonna look like anybody in the wrestling world, I'll tell you this: I gotta give up on the comedy. Because if comedy doesn't work for me, I got a new job, ladies and gentlemen. And Chris, you inspired me with your WWF.
Oh shit, what are you doing? Hey, there's fucking kids around.
If this comedy shit don't work out, I might try stripping. I'm gonna start an OnlyFans page, but it's gonna be reverse OnlyFans. It's where I start naked and you have to pay me to put my clothes back on. Okay? And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna start like this. Because I'm going to be the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Because like Bret Hart, right?
More like Bret Hart's about to stop.
I know. And if you don't believe me, I got one more thing. Hold on, I'll prove it to you.
Oh shit. Guys, fucking Mario is a wild one. He left his flannel here and it might actually fit me, so I might have to... Oh shit! Give it up for the champ!
Yeah, I'm the fucking champion! Yeah! How do you feel that, Yokozuna?
Yeah, you're like Hulk Hogan. You stole it from me right after I won it. No, they don't let brown people have anything.
I'm like Hulk Hogan. I gotta say, drink that real American beer, brother.
Yeah, this is fucking Oasis, brother.
I feel like my belly's hanging out.
It is.
I'm like,
it is. Oh, is that why your lady left?
Yeah. That's why I'm single.
So that's why I only go doggy style, because she can never see me naked. I'm like, fuck that.
We were in bed one night. She said she wanted to wrestle, so I wore this. She never called me back.
It takes two girls to suck my dick. One to lift it up and the other one to suck it.
Alright.
Fucking A. Am I done up here, Mario? I'm done? Okay, thank you so much.
Next comic coming up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really proud of this comic. She's a local, and I know I've been seeing her around the Hollywood and the LA area. She's making a name for herself, and she's producing her own shows, and I gotta say, I think that's fucking awesome. And another thing I like about her, she brings her mom to a lot of the shows, and usually her mom brings snacks. She didn't bring snacks tonight. I'm a little disappointed in that. As a single guy, I like moms that have snacks.
She is a snack!
She is a snack.
Bring up! Bring up!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next comic, Emily May!
I have been doing this for a while, and it's come to the point to where I realize I'm the disappointment. You know, because like this is the highlight of my week. I'm not sure what you did this week, but performing at a bar is mine. You know what I mean? It's not going.
Please, let's hear it one more time for Emily May! All right, that was our show. That was our whole lineup, but I'm going to do a full set for you guys. I was hosting, but doing little jokes in between. So I'm going to do a full set. My first joke you guys heard earlier, but I'm going to just do it anyways. My name is Mario Reyes. The guy here in the news, Luigi Mangione. You guys hear him in the news, Luigi Mangione? They call him the CEO killer. I'm not even going to do the joke again. You guys heard it earlier. What do you have in here? Come on. All night long we've heard it.
I don't know about it. I don't know nothing about it.
I gave you 30 seconds at the beginning. You've taken a mile from that inch.
No, I didn't.
All night long.
I do a joke, man. That's awesome.
After my set, I'll do an open mic, and you can come up and say whatever you want.
I only got one. That's the only one I have.
All right.
I want to tell a joke.
After this. All right. Well, though, I gotta say, I mentioned earlier I love the bigger girls. Do we have any big girls out there? I know you're out there because I can hear you breathing. Yeah.
That's fucked up.
I'll tell you this. Hey, I'll tell you guys. I've tried them all. I've tried Tinder. I've tried Bumble. I've tried Grindr. Don't try Grindr. Grindr turned out to be nothing but a big pain in the ass, and Avery.
I'm not part of this show. Why does my name keep getting brought up?
You made yourself a part of the show, motherfucker. You made yourself a part of the show when in the parking lot before the show, you were like, can I do 30 seconds? And I was like, you know what?
I did about 30 seconds. Leave me
I
alone.
believe in second chance opportunities for felons, and I'm going to let that happen. And I gave him 30 seconds, and he's been going all night.
I'm enjoying your show.
I love you, Avery. Avery, you've made the show the best. You
This is
really
the
have.
good. This is the best comedy I've seen.
Avery, yes!
You really have.
This is the best
He's
comedy
like
show.
Yeah.
This is the best comedy show that I've seen here.
Thank you, sir. Tell my mom that. It's Mother's Day tomorrow, by the way.
I want to talk to old girls' mom. I'll tell old girls' mom that.
All right, can I get back to my joke about baby naps?
Okay.
All right, I've tried them all. I grew up here. I grew up in the high desert in Phelan. Anybody know where Phelan is? Like we're in the high desert. I'm not bragging. I went to high school up there. It's called Phelan High. Still in.
Yeah, roads are
Sheep Creek, Phelan Road. Yeah, you know those roads. A man of your color probably was not welcome in that area when I lived there. I'll tell you that. The high desert's added a lot of diversity, like the LA County Fire Department. Like, I've never seen the Palisades blacker. If you don't know what one is, I'm pretty sure Avery has one and he'll sell you one. Where is he? Oh, we lost Avery all of a sudden. That's why it was so quiet in here. Damn, he must have went out to smoke crack. Anyway, so, gentlemen, thank you for coming out to Frogee. And, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mario Reyes. You can find me on Instagram, Mario Reyes82. Frogee, thank you! All right, thank you. One more time. Frogees, that's the show. Thank you guys. Thank you, Emily, Chris. All right. Everybody, fuck. Sebastian, Chris, everybody. Thank you guys. Thank you, Frogees, Apple Valley. Thank you very much.